The story opens in Hawaii. A nervous man scans the street before stepping toward a mailbox to send a letter. The moment his foot hits the road, a blue van barrels into him, killing him instantly. Cut to a marine training facility. Officer James is drilling cadets underwater, forcing them to hold their breath. One by one, they surface, gasping for air. Furious, James chews them out. Then he gets a call from the police. He's taken to identify the victim. The case is ruled a hit and run. Back home, James prepares dinner and casually tells his wife that Walter finally got himself killed. We learn Walter was James's estranged father. His wife asks if he's called his brother in Oklahoma. James shrugs it off. Johnny hasn't answered his calls in years. Cut to Oklahoma. Johnny, a detective, watches as his girlfriend Valentina packs her bags. He tries to talk, but she's had enough. When she asks if he even knows what day it is, Johnny freezes. It's her birthday, and he forgot. No amount of apologizing can stop her from leaving. Moments later, Johnny gets a call from James's wife, Ela. Their father is dead. The funeral is tomorrow. Johnny refuses to go. He hasn't spoken to James in 10 years and hasn't been to Hawaii in 2 decades. But before he can hang up, 2 men slip into the bathroom behind him and press a knife to his throat. They demand a package Walter supposedly sent him. Johnny insists he hasn't spoken to his father since childhood. One man opens his shirt, revealing a dragon tattoo, Yakuza. A brutal fight breaks out. Johnny takes them both down. A third attacker storms in with a gun, but Johnny handles him too, barely breaking a sweat, casually sipping his beer in between blows. But when one of the men knocks over his mother's shrine, Johnny snaps. He crushes the man's hand against a cheese grater and finishes the others off. We see a photo of Johnny's mother, with Walter cut out of it. Back in Hawaii, Walter's funeral is underway. Yakuza members and syndicate figures attend. Walter was a private investigator with deep criminal ties. James's cousin Nanny asks if Johnny is coming. James says no. Then Johnny appears. The brothers immediately start trading insults until the priest hushes them. Governor Peter, a close family friend, speaks at the funeral. Walter is laid to rest in traditional Hawaiian fashion. Afterward, everyone gathers at James's house, his childhood home. Old wounds surface. Johnny accuses James of always hating him. James fires back that Walter left his mother for Johnny's mom and shattered his family. Over lunch, Johnny reveals the Yakuza tried to kill him the night before. James explodes. Johnny can't come back without inviting death. Johnny reminds him James wasn't there when their mother was killed. The tension boils over. Johnny storms off to a bar. A man approaches him with a warning. Mr. K wants to see him. Johnny refuses, until the bartender slips something into his drink. He wakes up before Mr. K, the syndicate boss. Mr. K reminds him the syndicate never forgets. Johnny accuses him of killing his mother. Mr. K smirks, maybe, maybe not. He orders Johnny to leave Hawaii. This isn't his home anymore. Before Johnny can respond, Mr. K brands his neck with his symbol and gives him 7 days to disappear, or die. Johnny wakes up on a beach. Meanwhile, James meets Detective Renard, who tells him the hit-and-run case is a dead end. The traffic camera wasn't working, and the neighborhood won't talk. Renard warns him he's poking a bear. James replies, "I am the bear." At the station, James collects Walter's belongings and finds a slip of paper with several strange words written on it. Johnny returns to Walter's house and catches a young hacker named Pika snooping around. Pika used to work for Walter, hacking phones, emails, anything needed. The last job Walter gave him was to get hired at a catering company. For no clear reason, Johnny recruits him on the spot. James tracks down a nearby bar with a camera facing the crash site. When the owner refuses to hand over footage, even for money, James smashes the place and takes the recording anyway. Johnny discovers blueprints hidden inside a surfboard in Walter's apartment. The plans have a government seal. He calls Nanny, who offers to run the numbers through the database. James shows up with the CCTV footage. The blue van had no plates, and the hit was deliberate. The brothers pile into a car, still arguing, when another vehicle slams into them. Gunfire erupts. James shoots back. Johnny returns fire from outside the car. James leaps onto the attacker's vehicle and detonates it, blowing up his own car in the process. Renard arrives and reveals they just killed 4 Yakuza hitters. He also exposes Johnny. He's currently suspended from the force. Renard warns them this is their last free pass. Nanny later identifies the blueprints. They're for land on the east side of the island, commissioned by developer Marcus Robichaud. James recognizes a casino marking on the plans, illegal in Hawaii. The brothers visit the land. A native Hawaiian community is occupying it, protecting their ancestral home from being taken. They know developers are coming. Pika calls with new intel. The blue van was found dumped in the ocean. The driver was a low-level accountant from the governor's office. Someone cleaned up the evidence. Johnny traces the van to Hayashi Imports, the only Japanese name on the list. That night, the brothers crash a party at Robichaud's mansion disguised as caterers. Pika warns them not to stand together. They look like twins. Johnny flirts with a woman named Monica, who reveals she hired Walter to investigate her husband. Her husband is Marcus Robichaud. She's trying to divorce him but fears he'll kill her if she doesn't gain leverage. She tells Johnny to meet her privately tomorrow. James confronts a man from Hayashi Imports about the missing blue van. The man cryptically says, "The frog didn't look both ways when crossing the street." Then Marcus's guards escort both brothers to Marcus himself. Marcus claims Walter was just a paid investigator who suspected his wife was cheating. Johnny toys with a grenade on the table. James notices severed fingers lying nearby. Shortly after they leave, Monica is found dead, pushed from a building. Johnny storms Marcus's home and attacks his guards, but he's quickly overwhelmed and arrested. Governor Peter intervenes and has the charges dropped. He warns the brothers that the same darkness that destroyed Walter lives in both of them, but they still have each other. James and Johnny finally explode at each other, fighting like enemies. Years of resentment spill out. James admits he sent Johnny away to save him from prison and the syndicate. Johnny admits James was all he had after their mother died. They reconcile. Then Valentina calls. She found a package sent from Hawaii, a thumb drive. She flies to Hawaii with it. The drive unlocks a cold crypto wallet, but they need a 12-word seed phrase. James realizes the words match the slip of paper found in Walter's belongings. Before they can access the wallet, a helicopter opens fire on them. Ninja bikers join the chase. The car flips. Valentina drives in reverse, slamming bikers into barriers. James and Johnny fight them off while bullets rain down. James finally takes down the helicopter with a precise shot. They escape. Pika cracks the wallet. $12 million in offshore transfers leads directly to Governor Peter. The truth comes out. Robichaud bribed the governor to legalize gambling so he could build his casino resort. Walter discovered the scheme while tailing Marcus and paid for it with his life. Back home, James finds his kids hiding. His wife and nanny have been kidnapped. Marcus sends a video. Trade the drive for their lives. The brothers arm up and storm Marcus's mansion. They silently wipe out the guards, leaving bodies in the pool. Marcus sends Nakamura and the Yakuza after them. James tears through them in a rage, beating one to death with a hammer until Johnny pulls him back. They rescue Nanny and Illa. Illa tells James to go. Johnny needs him. Final showdown. James fights Nakamura to the death. Johnny battles Marcus. Marcus taunts him, saying his casino will rise no matter what. Johnny reveals the pin from Marcus's own grenade. The explosion rocks the house. James dives into the water and pulls Johnny out. Johnny survives. Governor Peter is arrested. The conspiracy collapses. And with their father's secrets finally exposed, the brothers stand together, scarred, battered, but no longer alone.